everyone, Robin from Robin's Nest Mini Goldens. It has been quite a while since I didn't have puppies on the ground. And in moments like this, because as soon as puppies hit the ground, I mean, it is just hectic and busy and a lot to keep up with. So it's really nice to have these moments in between, because there's a lot of things that go on in the background, whether it be computer work, just getting information out there is a job on its own. And with being a breeder, there isn't really necessarily 100% a day off. I mean, this is like having, and I'm not comparing them to livestock, but they are live, living creatures, so they take energy and effort and attention every single day. And that's with the adults. They want exercise. We want to give them some mental stability or mental stimulation. Just make sure that they are getting the experiences that they need to live a happy life. There are a couple products that we have come across, and I just haven't had the time to share. But I just want to make sure, I'll put some links in the bio. But these are some things that we have just found really helpful, either for utilizing or eating up some of those dogs' times. It's really good for boredom buster, makes them use their smeller, their brain, and actually puts them in physical activity. And we usually do walks for our dogs every single day, not only because it's good to get out for fresh air and sunshine, and have the steps, but it also allows the dogs to do some things that are just in their nature, smelling around, and honestly, you know, stopping and smelling all the other dogs that have marked around the area. It's just a very, it's an outing for them. And I mean, they're living creatures. You don't want to keep them cooped up or anything like that. Myself, like if I'm at home, I have to get out. It could be like a snow-filled day with a little bit of ice on the ground, but I still have to go to the post office because I just have to change my scenery every once in a while. And we want to make sure to do that for the dogs too. But I digress. Some of the things, number one. So we got this treat ball. It's off of Amazon. It's only $9, and it has multi-layers with stars. I probably should have washed it. We have been putting just the dog's regular kibble in it. Let me set this down. And it's wonderful because when the dogs come in and they just start scooting it all around the house, and they roll it and they get little pieces out. Now, I used the regular kibble, but I took this amazing stuff. It's dried chicken liver, and with the way that they freeze dry it, it makes it so that you can use just the little tiny morsels to do like training and stuff like that. But you can always like crumble it up, and you put this like liver dust smell all over the food, and all of a sudden their daily kibble becomes a treat. And an activity. So we use this for quite a while. I love it, but its design is small enough that there have been a couple times that it has rolled underneath something, and it takes us a couple days to find. So this is fantastic, but hard to keep track of. So because of that, with that learning lesson, we actually went and got another treat, and this is a weeble wobble because they don't fall down, but it makes it so it doesn't roll over or under things to where we lose it, and a whole lot easier to keep track of. And I think this one itself was $10 as well. The only thing I can say about this is that it's a little bit easier to get the food itself out. So it's almost like more of a beginner level, and you can kind of adjust the size range of what comes out, just to kind of moderate how much, and you can vary it depending on what size treat or morsel that you put in there. But these are great to occupy the dogs and keep them busy. Another thing that I have found that I really like to utilize is snuffle mats. So I got a couple snuffle mats, and I use this periodically, but when we have a snowy day or a rainy day or something that we're not getting out to do those walks that are part of our daily routine, the dogs can kind of start to get antsy. So it's really nice that we can kind of open this up to where it's a completely flat mat and have access to everything. And what you do is just kind of sprinkle. Honestly, I do the same thing as I do with the treat. I put some of the freeze-dried liver pieces, crumble that over their regular food and put it in here. And then it slows them down on their eating. It makes them utilize their nose and their brain. And honestly, it's an activity for them to do today in the day. And a bored dog is usually a dog that ends up getting in trouble. And if your dog is starting to do some behavioral stuff that's a little out of the norm, you kind of want to stop and think, what activities and stuff have you been doing with them that helps them utilize their physical energy, their mental capabilities, and using their their nose is really good for connections with the brain as well, and it does a mental workout for them. So these have been great. I got 2 of them. They're from Amazon. I'm telling you what, they were like 16 bucks and worth their weight in gold. It's made out of felt and still gonna be able to throw it in the wash whenever need be. And with dogs, oh my goodness. We always want to make sure it can be washed because you just never know. You just never know. And also with working with Bentley, I have discovered, well, it's been a long time knowing that women's clothing are not created equal to man's clothing. Our pockets are sometimes just facades, and you don't even know until you get a pair of pants in. So I invested in Amazon's bestseller of a treat pouch, and I love it because it just has the clip to where it can go on any pant, top, or I could even tuck it, could even tuck it here if need be. But this makes it so that I can carry treats around so much better. I do like that I can cinch the inside, which means our smart dogs can't learn to kind of nuzzle and get treats out because they'll learn. They know. They're smart. So all that does is just a little bungee cord, and I can open it up to show all the treats that we have in there. Got some paw treats, which are the freeze-dried raw ones. And then when not ready to grab, we just cinch that back up and it puts it in a little protective case. So couple little things that we have started using around here that we really like implementing in our day. And I just kind of wanted to give you a review of them and allow you to know that there are tools for just about everything out there. And when those tools work great, I like to share those. If we come across things that we don't like so much, it's a different story, but we'll probably let you know that too, because we've had a couple things that we've ordered and tried, and either had to make a adjustment with it so that it works properly, so it's almost kind of like a manufacturer flaw, like they didn't think through, but we can get them to utilize. Or some things that just are downright a great idea on paper and not a great idea in real life. But as for these finds, they've been fantastic, and I will link below. Please subscribe and follow, because we'll have many more of these things as we go through, and I'll share our likes, our dislikes, the things that are really functional, especially for our breed. We're the miniature golden retriever breeder, and they're a medium-sized dog. They have a couple different things bred into them, so they're a high percentage golden retriever, and then a little bit of miniature poodle and some American cocker spaniel that's brought in for the size down. Now, golden retriever are the demeanor and temperaments that usually carry over, but every once in a while you get dog that has a little bit more energy, like a cocker, and where there's a problematic thing that comes up, there's always a solution. And I feel like we've got that experience, and if you're having issues with any of your dogs, please go ahead and send us a message and reach out, and we will try to help find that solution if we don't already have that in our memory bank. But once again, Robin from Robin's Nest Mini Goldens and products we love. So something that I forgot to add on here is that we started to do some of the raised beds. Just like us females, our female dogs go through a cycle with their hormones and everything like that, and there is a period of time where I would describe it as female dog PMS, where they're actually nesting and they are trying to kind of rip into material and stuff like that to make their little bedding and stuff. We usually keep a real close eye on them and try to hinder any of this stuff. But when it comes to doggy beds, we have had dogs rip up some of the doggy beds before. And these raised beds have really kind of helped combat that. And it makes it real hard for the dogs to get a good bite and to tear it up. Life flashing before my eye, buddy. Sorry, man. They're not. Oh no, not my probiotics. Okay. Dangerous being around you guys. All right. I actually came out here because I am drinking a mineral drink, and then I also have like a dehydrated version of my greens that I drink on the daily to make sure that I'm nutrient sound. I take multivitamins, probiotics, fish oil, and I do this because it makes me feel good. I can tell a difference in how I feel, my mental clarity, my energy level, all this kind of stuff when I take care of myself. It's the same thing with our dogs. There are different types of quality of food, where just the same that there's different qualities in our food. I mean, shoot, there's different qualities in forms of restaurants. I mean, you can go hit a McDonald's, or you can go and hit, Panera Bread that has a little bit more nutrient sound options, less grease. So there's variations there too. But I bring this up because I have no hesitancy at all whatsoever and doing the things that make me feel good. But I don't want to be the only one that feels good. I want my loved ones to feel good too. I want my family members to feel good too. So I, kind of try to tune the household in directions that will lead to a healthier lifestyle. Try to kind of, work in more fruits and vegetables and do less on meat. Just, a lot of things with the family. But once again, I've got some furry family members that are their family too. So I want to be doing the things that aid them and that fully umbrella them in all the things that they need to feel good, just like I do for myself. So when any dog leaves here, we make sure that they are on a natural diet that doesn't have the fillers, doesn't have the byproducts, isn't made with corn, wheat, soy, and is a very near and dear and trusted company for me. I've seen some major results in the time frame of when we have switched over to them. I like that I can help my dogs with any issues with natural supplements before jumping into going to see a vet and having some more high dose chemical type thing as opposed to a natural herb worked in. Science has its place, but science and medicine come in after the problems present themselves. And after the problem has presented itself, you're already so far down the cycle that you're at the point where the symptoms. So giving them a good, healthy foundation gives them the proper tools. There's a solution to every problem, and I was very skeptical at the start, but I have seen results with having as many dogs that I have had now. I see results with the products, and that's what makes me back it, because I have used from the allergy medicine to the shampoo to the basic supplements that I think are major heavy players. The GastroPro Plus, which is the probiotics, man, is that important. Their immune system is all in their digestive tract, and this helps to balance it and keep the good, healthy gut bacteria in there. It helps with their poo. It helps everything. Also, I like the salmon and pollock oil, and this is another thing that helps skin issues, itchiness, dry skin, heavy shedding. The salmon and pollock oil really helps in that area as well. And it's like the grease that just greases the whole wheels of their internal body, and it's just one of those heavy players as well. But I just kind of wanted to go in a little bit on that as I was getting ready to do the things necessary to keep my health up, and kind of go into why I like to expand beyond myself and do that for my furry loved one as well. Just another thing that is in consideration with my setup is that after our last litter, where the first couple weeks were really difficult, where we just had to keep a real close eye on and stay up quite a bit. I am going to ensure that I have a place to rest out here, because there's so much that goes on in the first couple of weeks that you just need to keep a real close eye on, that I know there's going to be times that I'm going to be out here extremely late into the night, and possibly even overnight, depending on the case and scenario. So I am going to be ordering in a couch, like a little futon couch, so that I've got a place to sleep out here. I just can't rely on a blow up mattress. Alexa, will you play train noises? Do we need to put more liver in there? Hey guys, so I've got Koa and we did a weigh-in today. She is 4 months old and today she is weighing 18.5 pounds. She is so sweet. We love having her around the household. She has a real good demeanor. She's cuddly and she's very playful. But Koa is weighing in at 18.5 pounds at 4 months, and gosh dang it, she just keeps getting better and better. She's wonderful. Hey, we have Ari. She is 100% Cocker Spaniel. She is having a litter. It is due in the middle of February. Her sire is with Pine from my brother and sister-in-law at Tailor Made. He is 20 pounds full grown. Ari is normally 23 pounds. Right now she's about 26. But her belly is growing and she is showing signs of pregnancy as well. We have her scheduled for her ultrasound in 2 weeks. So we have Sophia Fox's ultrasound coming up tomorrow, and then we have Ari's ultrasound coming up 2 weeks after that. So we will have a pregnancy confirmation. They'll be able to give us a count of how many sacs are developing. Now, that does not give us a final puppy count. There are things that can happen in between here and when we go in for those x-rays. So we just want to make sure that there is a viable pregnancy. We will go back later on and get x-rays. That way we can have a puppy count and make sure that mama is doing good during labor and make sure that she has passed all those puppies. So lots of news coming up, but Ari is going to be having her litter and we're excited to meet them. Both Sophia and Ari kind of bring in a smaller size than what we have had in our line so far, with Jack being 16.5 pounds and with Pine being 20 pounds full grown. We have the potential of having much smaller puppies. I'm very excited to see them. I'm excited to meet them. And right now, I'm just wanting to make sure that our females are getting all of their proper nutrition and making sure that they are getting enough. We are still maintaining daily walks. We like to make sure that they do those up until about a week before they are due. This just ensures that they stay fit and active, and just keeping moving makes it just a little bit healthier during that pregnancy time frame, because you don't want a dog that's just tired and laying around all the time, because it's, anyways. So we are keeping an eye on all that kind of stuff for them. We'll keep you updates as it goes. But we'll be excited to meet both of these litters, and this will be the first time that I am handling two at the same time. So if you would like to know more about how I do that and how I handle it, please go ahead and follow along, and we'll share in this journey together.